What up? What up? Welcome again to Stories of Ardun with myself and, of course, Nate. Now that I point this way, I forgot the camera backwards, so I just hand it off to just the chat. How about Nate? There we go. Nate is playing the only playable character in this game. It is just him versus the world. Mhm. He's ready. Anything could happen. That's the way this game goes. And if you're wondering what happens when Nate falls in a pit, what happens when he goes out to sea and his boat tips over, we take someone else from a place called the Tavern Board, who kind of help. Actually, I've known Nate before the Tavern Board, but the Tavern Board kind of is the community that enjoys this with us, and we take bits and pieces from that Tavern Board to help fill out this story. So if Nate ends up being captured, not Nate, you're a real life person. Uh, Corn. Yeah, I could get a message just saying, actually, Matt, I have been captured. Um, but oh, that's a good move. If someone really is ready to step into Ardun, all they got to do is get you real life Nate captured. They have to find you first. Um, but no, Corn, the character Nate plays, Corn, if he gets captured, dies, lost, or if he just gets too old, something like that, the story then falls to someone else, and they are not Corn; they're someone else in the world, and that's up to them to pick. Um, so yeah, without further ado, this is episode 2. Um, Episode 1 happened about this time last week. It was ending about this time last week, and I'll let Nate, go ahead and take it away. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, you nailed it. It's there was as many stories go, the journey to somewhere doesn't take quite as long as the journey back. So yeah, the journey there narratively was pretty brief, not much to it besides meeting some of the characters. But yes, Basper is the man shown here on screen. Um, physically maybe not that old, but you can tell just a lot has weathered him down. Now the real question is, Nate, did I remember to activate Discord voice that whole time? Of course I did. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Uh, you you had an amazing, a beautiful retelling, and now how about you try and do it much faster? Okay, hold on. Hilarious. Let me. That's not it. There it is. Nate, welcome back.
All
Welcome
right.
back. Now you're making sounds.
We're making sounds now? All
You're
right.
making sounds now. I will try to keep up with you going as fast as you can. Here's the
All
recap of
right.
episode what?
Recap. We started off. Gus had a piece of wood stuck in his chest. Horn took his sword, Ladybug, put him out of his misery, sent him over the cliff. Other party members included King, Walt, and Good. Walt is unconscious. Flashback to Brotherhood of Broken Doors headquarters. Everyone's enjoying a meal, some game of dice. Barnabas, the head or the frame of the Brotherhood of Broken Doors, gives Korn and his crew his assignment. We are to go to Basper's Keep because that individual has not been seen or heard from in months, possibly years, or some time. We assemble our team. We leave. We go through we take a little boat through the river system of Ardun, and we catch a fish. We cook it. Gus cooks it. He cooks up some rice. We enjoy a meal, camping out. Gus loves to camp. And then he played his harmonica. We made it to Basper's Keep. We figured out how Gus died. We attempted to pick the lock of Basper's Keep, and it was not good. And that's how Gus ended up with a post of dead. He just ended up dead. We arrived. King does not like Basper due to some past events that changed his life, maybe not to the best of his memory. And then there were some questions asked. We spotted that there was like a trail of blood going into one room, and Basper asked us to sit. I have 2 questions for Basper, and I believe that is about it. There were some lore dumps in there, but
No,
that
you
was the
you
short
nailed it.
and sweet.
Just as perfect as last time, and this time they actually heard you. So there we go.
Yeah.
Magic editing will fix that later, or keep it in. Who knows?
No, let's show our the true human aspect of
That's right. That's right. Speaking of true human aspect, who is this gentleman here on screen, Nate?
This is Korn, and that is my character. He's old. He's been around. He's seen some terrible things, and he prefers to be slightly intoxicated. Depends on his mood. Right now, he's more sober than a while.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're wondering what's above us here, this is Korn's character sheet. The right side is called the candle. That is his essential life. So when that candle is snuffed out, so is Korn. To the left of the character sheet is grit that Nate gets to use. Moments where I say, oh yeah, that sword goes deep into your arm. It's going to take 10 damage. Nate can't make that go away, but he can use grit later on to heal up. Essentially having to narrate finding some sort of flowers and dirt and mud and patching it himself. And that will be using grit to bring his candle back.
That's cool. Did not know that.
Yep. Yeah.
I heard, I read staying at the inn, enjoying a hot bath and a good meal.
Yep. You can also use grit to do super cool stuff that shouldn't happen. Like if you get pushed down, noticing that the big strike's coming, and you can toss 3 grit, 5 grit, 7 grit to like roll out of the way of it. The only downside is don't waste it. You might throw 3 and that's not enough, and I have to be like, oh, I'm sorry you rolled, but he still hits your finger. So think it through. Pocket sand. Yeah, you nailed it. So you did mention Uh, Once again, this is Basper. You mentioned like that two kind of separate sections of the house. His Basper's like beautiful, nice. I wouldn't call it beautiful, but his home side, and then everything he's neglected with the bloody footprints. We do have that, and it looks a little bit like this. Um, Obviously, I'm not an artiste, so I had the internets make it for me. But essentially, while you open up Basper's Keep and he leads you to the left, that looming essence of something nasty, mucky, dark, unkept is just on the other side of the wall. Um, and it is something that's hard to forget about once you see it. Um, However, we find ourselves here, a much more gentle side of the keep, and it is not big, but it fits all four of you. As Basper, as he finds a spot for the unconscious Walt, and he scoots a chair for the young Mr. Good. He looks at you and King, and his eyes linger on King, and you can feel there's a little bit of presence between him and King before he looks at you and goes, older one, I can I get you something? We're gonna have a long night.
Well, right now I think we got to keep on our toes. So probably water, maybe some bread, cheese.
And he looks over at King and he goes, ale. And good just kind of shouts, oh, water's fine. As he's like finding a nice comfortable spot in his chair. Okay, as he kind of like walks and goes through his kitchen, just like slow. You can hear the creaking in his knees and whatnot. As he finally gathers all that, sits down on the table. I told you I've been missing days, sometimes weeks, and I find myself in strange places of the keep, and I need you for that. As he reaches his long arms to the table, starts passing out the drinks slowly. I wanted more. Sorry to hear about your brother. And this one doesn't seem like he's getting up anytime soon.
Yeah, did you talk about Walt? What's up with Walt?
It looks like he has a big hole in his head. Did he fall on something? The door,
I didn't.
it protects itself.
Yeah. Walt, you didn't realize Walt's dead.
He'll be. I'd give him 7%.
Right. That's better than 0.
It is better than 0, and I will
any,
make him a tonic.
You got any like bandages, stuff?
Yeah, of course, a few. But a tonic first, and then bandages. As he starts mixing some things, he kind of slowly decides now's the time to talk to you about it. While he's not looking at you, fully looking away. So, you guys, the magic, it's not, for me, it's, you know when you squeeze a sponge and all the water just pours out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's happening for me, but not water magic, as he's pouring some things and smoke and fumes are coming out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just getting older. I feel like my sponge is drying out. Put a lot of,
Yeah, I think we all feel that, except for the young one.
Yeah, it's true. They're good. Good is on his way.
Yeah. What?
Still green.
You were gonna say something.
Oh yeah, I got like 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of answered, supposed to help you with something, and then what the fuck is up with the blood trail and that other side of the keep?
Well, it's one and the same. I believe when I'm losing my days, I am going there. I've never really told anyone how my magic works, where it came from. Um, but it was given to me by the universe. Um, and I'm afraid that now that it's leaving me, my time is coming, I'm reaching my end, it's going somewhere else. And I think whoever it's going to now is using me. The times that I'm asleep, maybe tired, maybe just confused, when he takes my time, I think I'm doing things. Could my question is, could you guys watch me? I just want to make sure what I'm doing isn't horrible.
Well, there's a blood trail behind Basper, so hopefully it's not too
I,
bad.
I've noticed the blood trail. I wasn't exactly excited about it.
No, neither are we.
Mhm.
So, we'll watch you.
Uh, I,
Anything like, what do you want outcome? Do we try to wake you or we just watch?
well, if it's horrible, I think you should wake me. If I don't wake, like I said, my time has come. As he has now this liquid on a cloth and he's blotting it on the back of Walt's head. And he's like slowly pouring out some of the blood that's just kind of naturally flowing, and he's plotting. Slowly but surely, he's gotten to the rap phase, and he goes, I don't mean to be so blunt about it, but I'm afraid there's. If I die, that magic goes somewhere, wherever it's going. And if I'm doing something horrible, it's probably going to a bad person. So killing me will send it to them. Keeping me alive would be better. And he just kind of sits down. It could work.
Maybe you shouldn't be in the keep. Maybe that's the issue.
I've tried. As he kind of sits down, he puts a little packet of tea in a warm cup for himself, and his hands shake. He goes, well, it's a very large window. I've tried that one. Didn't quite work. I landed in the sea.
Mm-hmm. I was just referring to that you live somewhere else. But if you're outside, it still happens.
I wake up with bloody footprints. Yeah.
So King told me a story. This has been years, decades that this happened.
Mm-hmm. You look over at King, and King just gives you a nod, and his face has gone tight, very tight.
So, he was a lad. You walked up to him bloody, and you asked for his help and everything. So I assume this has been going on for a very long time.
Where you were? This one? And he points to King, and King just kind of looks over and nods. And just the last lantern. I was just a kid. Well, that's actually quite unrelated. A spell gone awry, a mischievous problem, and a few townsfolk decided it was time to run me out of their help. So I hid like a coward. Mm-hmm. What was that, Nate? I missed that. Sorry.
You're a frail old man. I guess most people run. In history, I've seen a lot of people.
Yes. It was. It was. And King just kind of, as he puts his ale down, he goes, "Yeah, what he's not telling you is he killed a dozen people." Yeah, it was quite by accident. And I apologize for what I did to your mother's estate, while trying to hide, refusing her to allow customers. And I did offer to pay, and she did refuse. So
Well, yeah, you were bloodied, killed 12 people, then held them
I,
hostage.
I in layman's terms, sure.
It's in simple terms, yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Um, he he just kind of looks away for a little bit. We all have problems in our past. I don't need to talk about it more. And you can hear King just clearing his throat as if he has something else to say, and he scoots his chair back just a little bit.
I'm just gonna let you know that experience at that time in King's life. That's too long. Him not liking
Well, if, in that case, you know, if it comes down to it, uh, I can't be awoken. The horrible things I'm doing are happening. Um, feel free.
you. We had this conversation. We're
Ah,
all in agreement.
it feels odd saying it out loud, but once again, the only problem being you'll have to find the new user. Uh, good luck.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, you got any good books that we can read and hopefully potentially stop this new user, or give like journals that we can track them down. We feel
I
a pull, or
I have my journals. I was nothing. I was just a tender of sheep, and suddenly
hmm,
I could make fire with my fingers, and I understood the birds, and it all happened so suddenly. So I'm not sure, but I wrote my own journals.
or if anything does happen and we have to, put you down, Basper, we're gonna take
Mhm.
your journals. We're
Mhm.
okay.
Oh, and he just points to many books scattered about. Um, these I believe are adolescent years. Here when I reach a bit more teenhood. And then my adult years I journaled less, but they're here.
All right. Well, definitely help us figure out stuff, learn something, and
Sure. Uh, with
that's all I
that,
remember.
your 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 evening can kind of keep going. If there's more you want to learn from him, you can. But essentially, as he starts to get tired, well, I'm not the one who puts plans together, but I would, if you would, now would be the time. And he looks over at a Walt who's just sweating, and like sweat has seeped into the bed. He goes, I might just lay by the windowsill. As he puts his head against the windowsill, and the moonlight just kind of shines on him. What would you like to do? You have a very crippled young man, a extremely perfectly healthy one, and you yourself have been hurt just a little bit. What are you thinking?
Uh, if I could take a time, little rest, maybe regain something,
Mm-hmm.
and but keep an eye. Tell King we watch, and we all have to agree. If it's
Sure.
bad, we take him out.
Uh, King looks at you kind of across the way, still kind of drinking his ale. Yeah, boss. I'll take first one. I'll watch him first. Kid, get some. And you look over, and Good is passed out in his chair, just all the way out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take a little bit of a rest.
But like it's gonna be like I'm going to sit next to King and lean on him
Sure,
for rest.
sure. Um, I will if you're trying to get a little bit of candle back. You don't have enough time right now necessarily, but you could grit.
Mm.
There are plenty of tools you could use for sewing up cuts and whatnot. But that's up to you.
Uh, will two grit get me?
Um, essentially a needle and a little bit of yarn to heal up a cut. Maybe I can jump you back to 80. Okay. So let me make this go away somehow, some way. Wait a minute. I've made a bad choice. Here you are. That's you now. I didn't think about erasing. Okay. Yeah, as you kind of you kind of like have that consciousness in and out as like you're pushing through a little bit of muscle, and once you have it tight, as you kind of snap it, you're able to kind of rest a little bit easier. And yeah, dropping your grit down from 100 to 98. um as you're kind of dozing off, give me a wit check here real quick. Something in the room doesn't quite feel right, um and you're not quite sure what. And as you do that, I will mark that down to 98.
There you go.
Boom. Okay.
Got an 8. And can I use book by its judge a book by its cover?
Yeah.
Add 1. Make it
Yeah.
a costly success.
Yeah. So what did you roll here? Sorry.
I rolled a total of 8, and then I'll use never trust a book by its cover.
Gotcha.
Judge kind of deal, and then to make it 9 into a costly success.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, let me mess with some buttons here. There we go. Now it popped up. Okay. Yeah, to make it a costly success, as you're kind of dozing off, you notice King has gotten out some daggers, a few cards to keep himself busy. But as you're kind of slowly falling asleep, you kind of hear this sound off into the distance of just it could be mice, it could be anything, but scurrying, just echoes of and it does kind of cost you a little bit of that sleep that you're trying to get. So you'll keep what you have from grit, but you don't gain anything else candle wise. But yeah, you pick up that there could be something on the other side of the hallway. But you kind of doze off as your consciousness kind of fades away. King just kind of nudges you after some point in time. Very, very dark now. He goes, "Hey, Corn, he's getting up."
Stood up.
Okay. As he kind of slowly cracks his neck, cracks the wrist a little bit, he slowly stands up and puts a hand on his giant greatsword. As Basper kind of stands up, he looks at both of you real lazy-eyed. Visitors. And he stumbles past you guys.
It's definitely not typical Basper's voice.
Doesn't feel super typical. He walks past you guys and starts heading down. He takes his shoes off, leaves them on the clean side, and heads down the mucky, disgusting side of his keep.
And weapons up.
He takes out a set of keys and opens up a door, and this big rush of wind kind of comes through. As he steps into the next area here, it's a big ballroom, as if he was planning when he built this keep to entertain guests. And the floors have rotten. The wood framings have started to be eaten alive by termites. Mold and moss have kind of taken over. As you kind of hear him in this place, and this is where guests would go. And he looks back at you guys slowly. Feel free to entertain yourself if you want. Anything you'd like to do here, or am I going to move on?
Oh, we'll follow and be like, "Thank you for your kindness, Basper."
No, of course. What's an old man to do, except for be kind? The garden's that way. As he points to a decrepit garden, once again full of weeds that have taken over, water that's gone stale, as he turns down a separate hallway. And you guys notice very quickly it is a room with a giant well in it. Um, this is where you would assume he would get his water, but by coming here, you realize it's slip with yuck, filth from maybe even some small animals and whatnot. As he walks over to the bucket and he drops it down the well.
Basper.
Um, just some things from the well is all. It's nothing really. Don't worry about it.
Doesn't look like this well is good. So,
would you like to roll an instinct?
yes.
Okay. And feel free, if you ever want to stop me, you absolutely can.
Yeah. Oof. And then 7. Can I do 3 grit to get into 10? And then can I do just when it rains to make it 11?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Making sure you get a good success here. Yeah. What's this grit kind of look like? I guess do you kind of lean over to the well? Do you scoop up some of this muck? What are you thinking?
Korn now has his longsword up into a ready position. He sidesteps into like where he's looking Basper into the eye. He also looks at King, and it's like you behind him. Good. Just be ready. And he's like just like waiting, and just like does a tiny nudge to see what's down there.
Sure. Now, to be fair, good is not there. It's only you and King that woke up.
All right.
But yeah, as you kind of lean away and like look towards him, you can tell his eyes have gone from the really bright green color that they once were to just like a really lazy, hazy, kind of like a dull look, and his fingers have just like tightened up and the wrinkles have been pulled as he is slowly cranking on this wheel, and it comes up slowly and slowly, and muck just pours out of it. And he grabs it and he looks at you and goes, why? And he slowly is like looking around, holding his bucket, and he drops it. Where are we? Why are we? We're doing it now.
Yeah. Are you Basper, or
I-
eyes?
And they're bright green again. He looks at his feet and they go, they're not bloody? What happened?
You invited us. We walked through the ballroom, pointed to the garden, then you led us to the well. What is this well?
When you make things, I used to pour the extract down this well. It's not drinking water. It wasn't for me. And it goes to the sea. I don't think it doesn't harm anyone. So
Everything does something to eventually.
yeah, and I think a part of me knew that, but there's a part of me that just didn't know what to do with it, and I assumed the well was the best idea.
This could be. What's the extract?
Well, like your friend Walt, I had to make a tonic, and some of it you can use, some of it you need to mix, and some of it you throw away.
This is where you dump a refuge of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You might call it magic. I'll call it ingredients, bits and pieces of earth. Nothing more.
But they've been touched by some sort of magic.
Yes.
Basper,
Mm-hmm.
this is the cause of your losing your magic and losing the days. Whoever has come in contact with this extract refuge, my guess, because down. If you shit up in the river, it eventually ruins the
Hmm.
down river. Throw away a bunch.
Um,
You maybe have done this to yourself.
I,
Like it.
you could be right. Um, how it's a deep well. I didn't see this being a problem, really.
Well, if it can get down in through the groundwater and goes into the sea, like you said, whoever's they could, you're the next person up. Good, bad. Be a fisherman. You could have ate the
Mm-hmm.
fish at this water, there, or the crabs,
Mm-hmm.
shrimp,
Mm-hmm.
bottom dwellers. It seems that that's my guess. You
Hmm.
know,
I You could be right, and I think I would know if I did it to myself or if something was taking it from. I guess I'm at this point. I don't even put the things together anymore.
the
I'm
person
sorry.
could, the person that's now accessing this could not know what they're doing either. If you don't know, they don't know. They could be in distress because they could be having the same thing that's happening to you.
Hmm.
Losing time. That's my guess. Besides you killing, misusing magic or trying to help, but then there's consequences. There's give and takes to everything.
Mm-hmm. I
You know,
you could I, and he like
I've
looks
killed 12
into
men
the
before.
well. What was that? Sorry.
I've killed 12 men before. So
Mm.
it's key.
I and he like I said he kind of looks in the well. He goes I and he looks over at King as he leans over to the well. He goes, I didn't want to do it. I had to do it. It wasn't an accident. And he leans back and looks over the well, and you can just like feel King tense up behind you. Um, uh, I
What you had? Oh, were those people ingredients, Basper?
no, no, not ingredients. No, they were in my way. They were in they were.
I've had that too, Basper.
Yeah. And you see his hand go back to the wheel, and he
Oh,
pours
can I
that
see
bucket
his
onto the
eyes?
ground.
Have to-
What was that?
Can I see his eyes again?
Uh, yeah. Go ahead and roll me another instinct here. Now, I have just realized I don't think I downloaded the right music I wanted, so I'm looking real quick because it's so creepy.
Um,
Okay,
I'm
we're
gonna.
gonna live without it. What'd you get there, good sir?
I got 6, but I'd like to do, and that's +1 to 7.
Yep.
Can I just? And you said he was cranking on he was pulling the bucket out.
Yeah, he just poured out what was in the bucket. Now he's putting it back in and cranking it back down.
I'm gonna say leave him guess him for +2, and I'm gonna stop him from cranking.
Yeah. As you kind of put a hand on him, he lightly pats your hand, like he's patting a dog or patting a friend who's going through it. And he goes, "It's it's just fine. It's okay. I'm just doing a service right now. He'll thank me later."
Who's gonna think?
The poor bastard Basper, of course.
Oh, who's this right now?
As his eyes kind of go blank, he puts a hand on you and he looks at King and he goes, "Oh, the one that killed your friends, the villagers, the one who ruined your mother's. I'm not gonna tell you who I am, King,
Well,
the King."
well,
You turn
we had
around
orders.
to the sound of a steel pulling out of its sheath.
Yeah, we had orders, not Basper.
Mm-hmm. What were those orders?
You know, I don't think you would.
Oh, I do. Did he invite you here to kill him?
No.
Mm-hmm. I could.
Maybe take your hand. Fuck! I take Basper's hand.
Absolutely. Give me a might here. And obviously this has to be leave him guessing because you caught him off guard for sure.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's 11.
Okay. Absolutely. What you wanted happens. Go ahead, describe how this sword kind of comes down.
It's like I have my shoulder still on Basper, but with my I keep it sharp.
Sure.
I go, maybe you shouldn't just be rolling this bucket anymore. It just glides down and through his wrist.
Oh, God. Well, I'll tell you what, it hurt him. I can hear him screaming. That was painful.
You should probably let Basper go now.
Oh, I will. I can soon. But if you don't mind, old one, I think I want to deal with him now. As he points to King.
Actually, I'm right here.
Well, what was that, sir?
He goes, Horn's just like, we're not dealing with King, because if you want something and I'm in your way, you're dealing with me first.
Okay. Okay, older man. I understand. I've got to get through you to get to him. I can do that.
Yeah. And then Horn is going to headbutt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another might. After that might, give me a wit. I wanted to jump. There we go. In between these two. Okay. What did we get so far?
I got a 6, but I'll say when it rains because just we're trucking through it. So 7.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
And I'm going to 2 grit to make it a clean success.
Absolutely. Now the headbutt lands. Go ahead.
Oh, and now for a wit.
Yes. The wit's the big one. The headbutt definitely lands, and you can hear the cracking of this older guy's skull already happening.
Oh, goodness, man. I'm getting, like, reverse rolls. So that's 7. Oh, man. And then it's a wit, so flat 0. So that's 7 with, book by its cover. Oh, so we need... I'm gonna put up.
Dude, you don't have
4.
to if you don't want to.
I'm gonna put in some because Corn. It's like he doesn't want King because he wants King. So Corn's like, no.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
So he's gonna get to 11.
That headbutt, you feel how easily you're able to connect with this older dude's head. You hear it crack. You can like taste the blood that splatters on your face. But that wit saved you from him leaning backwards towards the well, and now you feel one hand grabbed onto the front of like your tunic as he was trying to pull you into the well with him. And now you're both kind of sitting there at this weird like standstill. He goes, damn it. Sorry
well,
about
now
that.
you're going. Now, yeah. I told you.
Yeah.
Corn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get chewed up. Shat out.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to the floor. And Corn
throws him down the well. You absolutely can if you want to.
No, away from the well.
Oh, I thought you said in the well. Yeah, okay.
No.
You
Basper in the well is no go.
You look at this space The well is in front of you. King's behind you. It's not wide on either side, but you do know throwing him backwards is probably the furthest away from the well, but that is towards King, just so you know.
Uh, it's just gonna be like, just like away from, just like he may have him and he's gonna jerk him away, and it's like, hopefully King is like aware and wary, but I'm gonna just turn him to the left and off the well.
Yeah.
And, continue on to like, we're leaving this place.
You kind of slowly. Ah, oh, what happened? What? All right. And he touches his head, and there's just blood on his hand. And
Yeah,
as it
but
just kind of pours out. Again?
you threatened. I'm not well, you threatened King, and I'm not having that. So I took one way for you not to pull up that anything from the well.
The extract, the garbage?
Yeah, you were wheeling up the extract and the garbage.
Why would I do that?
Well, I assume that soup, the slurry of all this leftover ingredients, have
Mhm.
some sort of magical thing, and it's become quite a potent nastiness.
Hmm. I. Yeah, but did you? We had two options. I, f- I, f-
Yeah,
I feel like you did half of that because I'm in
yeah,
a lot of pain.
yeah. Old Basper, call me sentimental, but the night's still going on. You could still die, but I didn't like the voice that was coming out of you,
Mhm. I,
and he said that it was not an accident when you killed those 12 people.
um,
Maybe there's the abs Asper's forehead. He goes, maybe there's two.
I, it was it. And he like glances up at King. Uh, it wasn't. I should go. I should be getting a tonic very soon, actually.
We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, Basper, with fire
Okay,
and
my
iron.
to my wrist.
Yeah,
Okay. Um,
we go
are you
back to.
you pulling him back to the clean side?
Yep.
Um, as you take him back over there, Good is like awake and he goes, "I heard a lot of sounds. Is everything okay?"
Yeah,
Holy
put an iron.
gods!
Put an iron in the fire.
As he just jumps around, he grabs the nearest iron and puts it into the nearest fire. And he just immediately starts praying to the protector of homesteads, who is just a simple farmer named Kirk, a man elevated to godship named Kirk. What was that?
Good to know, Kirk.
Yep. Kirk's a good god. There are five, five of the last of the old gods. Kirk being one of them. As Good starts praying frantically as the iron heats up, King leans over to Basper. He goes, "What do you mean it wasn't an accident?" Um, I.
King.
Hmm?
You know, it's either Basper or other Basper. Because Basper seems very regretful. Like I said, the night's still young.
Yeah.
Right now, let's give him some pain.
Gladly. Uh, and Basper, but quick, wait, before we do that, I feel like I could be dying from that. I feel like you should know. I did do what I did on purpose, and it was me.
Yeah. Oh, Basper.
I'm. I don't want to die with a guilty conscience.
All right, Basper. Well, right now we're going to cauterize this wound of yours.
I'm ready.
And
I
I'm like, we're not going to give you anything to bite on.
I
And you better get
understand.
it. He feels good to like put it on good. Real
as
good.
as it slaps on, a scream echoes throughout the chambers, kicking tables. The drinks that were all set aside nicely now crash upon the floor. There is a little of a sinister chuckle from King as he kind of gets to see his comeuppance kind of happen in front of him. And Basper's scream goes to him just being unconscious as he just there's a quick sigh.
And then, all right, well, find some cold water. Let's get this guy
Uh,
up. Splash. See if we can rouse Basper. If not, like Corn's gonna have like weapons ready because he's out cold.
yeah, as King kind of is holding him down, Good is like in this new like hobbled position as he tries to find a something to hold up, and you go to get some water.
Well, no, I have King go get some cold water.
Perfect. As King kind of heads
I'm
over to the
holding
basin.
like I pretty much have. I'll take my hatchet and have it to Basper's throat because we've seen what happens when Basper.
It's very intelligent of you. As King kind of gets a basin of water and just like splashes it in his face. You see him like wiggle a little bit, and he goes, "Huh? Let me die. Let me die. Fuck this."
What happens to the magic? Do you know who goes where it goes, Basper? Are you telling us the truth?
I lied about the people.
Yeah. What else are you lying about, Basper?
It was for a good cause. It's
What
in my
was the
journals.
cause?
It's in my journals.
Well, let's. If it's you wrote it down, so you should remember.
I know what I did, but saying it out loud, this close to my death, no.
Oh, you admitted. Let's hear the story, Basper.
I would rather die.
And he slaps his cheek, and it's like, you're gonna die no matter what, Basper.
It is not long after the chuckle that it's more of a shink rather than a long sword, but King does absolutely slam a dagger down into his chest.
Oh, well, and it's kind of like,
Couldn't take it. Couldn't take it.
that's all right. I go, yeah, it was gonna happen no matter what. Basper, anything else you want to say?
He's got something to say. I'm not gonna let him.
Basper. Other Basper? Basper 2?
I've seen your faces. I'll find you. What was that, Nate?
He's, Corn just he goes, well, is anything like tell me about your face, Basper? What's the other one?
No. I could be a fellow you meet on the road. I could be a farmer at his till. I could be the innkeeper's nephew. But I'm there. And you'll never know which one I am.
So my theory almost is true.
Huh?
Everywhere.
Oh, I'm just one. Just. As his eyes slowly head drops. Fuck him.
Yeah. Let's take his head back. Maybe he'll talk.
Um, with that, one of the candles lights back up in a little tiny, like a reverse. What is that paper called that like lights up? You like light it and throw it and it disappears.
I
Flash paper, right? A reverse of that, as a little bit of paper pops out of a candle and just like slowly settles back down next to your hands there.
Horn's gonna read it.
Um, all it says in a handwriting that you will soon recognize as, excuse me, as Basper's from his journals and whatnot. It just says, "Alert, Ardun. Uh, Basper has died." Uh, and after like little bits of like scribbles kind of go down, a few teardrops land on the page. Underneath it, it says, "We should alert the Queen first. We should alert the Brotherhood second."
I don't think they know. They already know. We already know.
And
All
with
right.
that, the paper ends.
All right. Well, guess what? We're gonna take his head. Who knows what will come out of old Basper now?
Mm-hmm. Uh, he's a seasoned war veteran, not seasoned, but he's seen some battles. But Good kind of looks over and he goes, I can we look for a cart? Because I don't want to sound like a real bitch, but I am not making it back home. Not like this.
Yeah, we'll find a card. And Walt's barely alive, so it's best for that. But we're also we probably should board up or burn this place.
Um, kind of at the
Right?
mention
Up the
of that,
journals, back up everything.
yeah.
That's Basper.
King being the most able body at the moment, as you're still dealing with the body, he starts filling up baskets and baskets. You guys leave there with about 4 or 5 chests of just like things laying around. Um, it's you have
Basper
all
have
the
a cart.
journals. You can absolutely roll on instinct and go look for it.
Yep.
Essentially, kind of being our last action here.
Right.
As the face of Basper, it is what it is now. You know, you have a head.
He's gonna like find a box for this.
Okay, it's easy enough to
Oh
do.
yeah. So let's see. Uh he's just gonna keep when it rains, keep trugging along.
Sure.
So
What you get?
make it into a clean. I got a 10 to make it a clean success.
Perfect. Perfect. Um. So yeah. You kind of step outside. It's actually funny. You step outside looking for some sort of cart or a horse or something, and there isn't one to be found. You come back inside, and heading back towards the ballroom, um, lingering towards the garden, there is a cart that just kind of it's filled with moss. It's probably more of like a gardening cart, but this being such a large garden, it is like a bigger cart, um, and it can maybe carry some of the chests and Good, but it probably can't carry everything. Someone would still maybe have to strap a chest or two to their backs.
Got a sure Walt. Me and Walt are good. Good, like just legs are jutting out.
Yeah, Good has very little working bones at the moment. Um, he did snap an ankle, and then pulling him up, he snapped a shoulder joint as well, which can probably be fixed. Walt is a big problem, however. He has not. He looks just about as bad as before.
King, we're, you and I are probably gonna carry chests. This is far too key information. Can't let this go into any robber, thief. So
Yep, that's fine. My back's good. Uh,
All right.
good, good kind of settles in on the cart, and he's gonna attempt to pull kind of Walt up. Uh, it's not a great situation.
Horn helps him.
Okay. Um, good dangles. He is uncomfortable with every bump, but as you guys make your way out of Basper's Keep, uh, the rocky shores are splashed with seawater. The gulls are
Wait,
all kind of circling around.
burn.
The whole keep?
The king there, but I don't trust this place. I don't know what I'll do if it burns. We took out every good information, the journals, whatever
Mm-hmm.
looked worth, everything that was not attached. We took.
Okay. So what you're
Burn
telling
it.
me is we're gonna make a second last lantern, and this one will be big.
More of a just a funeral pyre.
Sure. And he walks in there, and he grabs just his torch, and he starts pulling off some of the string. Goes to the nearest candle, and he just kind of dumps it. You're not quite sure exactly everything King did in there as you're kind of out there with the wagon, and he comes back, and the fire just kind of slowly, or the smoke slowly creeps up, and then the fire starts kind of dancing behind the smoke. As King goes, we're good.
What does King's eyes look like?
Normal. Brown is shit.
All right.
All right. Now, no more whining back there, good. We got a long road ahead of us, ain't that right, Cap?
Yep.
Real question
What's
is,
a reasonably we gotta get to at least a place, so maybe we can get a horse, or I don't know if I don't a candle, or do we go somewhere a little more south?
Well, we can always head to my old home. I don't know who runs the place now, and I don't know how kind they are, but you never know. They could have some horse. They'll have food.
Please rest up, get good, thoroughly patched up. Knew his shoulder was shit, but he didn't tell me about his ankle.
I was, I was trying to be tough at like each bump. He like hiccups almost like.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then we'll have to make a decision on
Yeah.
head wounds are never great.
Yeah. Good news. He's got a small family, unlike us.
Yeah, it's true. We gotta. Oh, where did Gus live? He was a big man.
Big man. He is from actually the place that you Nate kind of put together and created. He's from the Southern Kingdom. He enjoyed playing by the rivers, splashing about. And his whole family is kind of all throughout all three of those places down there south. So yeah, I'll let you kind of decide exactly where the most like nomadic people are, but he's kind of from all over. That's why they say big family. It's more like gypsies for him.
So Gus's main where they settle is Herdsville. They could be in Riverton or Porterton. I guess we head there.
Okay, because that note said to tell the queen, then us.
Yeah,
But it's just a piece of paper, right?
I don't know. Maybe Basper gave figures that kind of handle. Who knows? Maybe Barn.
Yeah.
But we probably should head first, get a horse, because maybe even trade for a bigger cart.
As behind you, it takes forever. You guys make your way down the keep, but the flames do start to go as high as the castle walls. The ghouls leave, and when they used to circle, now the ghouls are just leaving. They are not coming back, it appears. And that, with that looming essence of the seagulls leaving, the keep burning, and you guys are slowly making your way down this windy road as two are in the cart, two carrying as much as they can, heading south again to some degree. This is where we leave Ardun for today. In any final thoughts, what's the last kind of thought that's rolling through Korn's mind that doesn't come out of his mouth?
Yes. Two. If we go to the last land, we can't going down. We got people. We need to get. I can't make it down. Next in. You're too
Sure.
old for this shit.
Absolutely. With that, thank you as always, Nate. We went a little over an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh,
Oh no, they'll come after us. But
yeah.
thank you as
Thank
always.
you.
Amazing. You betcha.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank for anyone that came and viewed.
Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Anyone present or past or future, who knows, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah. From myself, the tavern board, and Nate, as always, deuces mooses.